you. Thank you. I recall it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you're in a good mood. I have a very, very important announcement to make to you tonight. I really have had a nice, long, enjoyable, healthy relationship with myself. But I'm leaving my own television program. I have just signed a very lucrative contract. I'm going to be the new permanent guest host on the Joan Rivers Show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You know, there was an interesting statistic in our favorite paper, Paul. What is it?
USA Today.
Thank you, sir. By 1995, this is true, thanks, Dave. Yes, the yodeling comedian, yes. 3 out of every 4 Americans will have their own late-night talk show. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have interesting Kurt Waldheim news. Is it Waldheim, Paul, or Waldheim?
Oh, I don't know. No, I would say it's Waldheim.
Wait a minute.
Waldheim.
Do I detect apathy on your part?
No, no, no. I thought you were asking me a question that I would have no idea the answer, but as it turned out, I knew the answer.
But it's never stopped you before.
This is true, sir.
Try it with a little spirit.
Okay.
Because we're just starting what I think is going to be a terrific program.
I'm excited about it.
All right.
Go ahead. Give me the lead-in.
Interesting statistic about, not a statistic, we've done that one. Interesting item about Kurt Waldheim. Paul, is it Waldheim or Waldheim?
Waldheim, Dave.
Now, you're not going over to the new Fox network, are you?
I haven't heard about the Fox network.
They're starting a whole new network, a fourth network, yeah.
Were they calling for me?
Well, they might. They might want you to be over there. Don't go, do me.
Fox is starting like 20th Century Fox?
Where have you been, Paul?
On Mars, Dave.
Did you hear about this yesterday? An enormous, a fourth, like we really want another TV network. Oh, do we? We want another TV network? Much more quality programming. Anyway, Paul, this Kurt Waldheim,
Dave.
Now he admits that he did join the Nazi Party years and years ago, but he made a point of always paying his dues late. There's no point in that one either, Kevin. Here he is, folks, our good friend Paul Schaefer. Say hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Yeah, Ray Charles. All right. Ray Charles.
You're doing Tony Bennett, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Bennett was here last night, and he sang with Paul and the band, and at the end of the song, he looked at you and he said, Ray Charles.
Yelled out Ray Charles. Nobody knows why.
Yeah.
Ray Charles.
Okay.
So that's my new thing. I'm just going to be yelling out Ray Charles at any point for absolutely no reason at all.
Oh, please don't. Please don't do that.
Tony did.
You know what we have back here under this bed sheet here? We have the world's largest cut gem, boys and girls. It's the Brazilian princess. Paul? Thank you, Ray. Here it is right here. It's a topaz weighing more than 21,000 carats. It weighs 9.5 pounds. It's nearly flawless and a light blue gem. It is part of a 75-pound topaz crystal discovered in the mountains of eastern Brazil some 30 years ago. And some lucky studio audience member has taken this baby home tonight. You know, topaz is a compound. All right, Paul. Topaz is a compound.
Ray Charles!
It's a compound of aluminum, silica, and fluorine, or fluorine or something. And we have a gentleman who is a security guard. He was here last night. And this is no joke. You have to be here, don't you, to guard this gem? Yes. This is Arthur Polizzi. Polizzi, am I pronouncing it properly? Polizzi?
Polizzi.
And nice to see you. What time did you get here today?
4:30.
4:30? You'll stay through the rest of the show?
Yes, I will.
And then it goes into the NBC vault, doesn't
Right,
it?
it
All right.
does.
Are you enjoying your stay so far?
Beautiful.
What bothers you more in the summer, the heat or the humidity?
Either one.
Boy, the humidity is just, my hair has gone nuts here. It looks a little stupid, doesn't it?
No, looks good.
Looks all right? All right. Don't let anybody close to that thing, all right? Or it's coming out of your pocket. Now what are we doing? Let's just get on with it, shall we? Oh, we got way too much stuff. We got a great show, and it's so good you probably think you're watching another station. Huh? 5 minutes, okay. Here we have a little comedy. Let's start the program with a little comedy. Tonight we do dumb ads. These are actual advertisements found in periodicals all across the United States. Paul, music for dumb ads?
Dumb, 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 be-doo-be, dumb, 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 dumb ads.
Stop it. Hold it. No, no. Phoenix Yellow Pages, maternity insurance, health insurance, optional maternity. Call before conception. Oh my gosh, hold it right there, honey. I got to make a call. Hold it. Here's an ad for something called the new improved Uva Sun. Still the only tanning system exempt from FDA restrictions. Yes, no meddling bureaucrats standing between you and severe third-degree burns. Fire off a couple of rounds a little later, will you?
I'll go extra tonight.
You got some extra ammo? Good. Here's an advertisement for an establishment. I think members of our staff have worked in this place. It's called Dreams Cabaret and Bar, adult entertainment. All nude dancers on the safe east side. See that? It says that over there on the safe east side. Thank God, finally, a reason to wear my top hat. East side, safe east side. Daniel Callan, attorney at law, drunk driving, auto accident, drug defense, personal injury, lewd conduct. Ooh, boy, I would really love to be in this guy's waiting room, wouldn't you? Paul, get in here and help us out. Are you in a bad mood tonight?
No, I'm
You're
fine.
over there with that dour expression on your face.
I'm looking at the list and saying, what are we going to play for the first song?
Well, get into it. It's kind of a party atmosphere
Okay,
here.
no, I'm party.
Me and Arthur are having a good
I
time.
can see that.
Why are we giving away famous nationally advertised Wallace Super Pro baseball gloves for only $10? Go ahead. Flex it, thump it, punch it, smell it. You know, oddly enough, this is the same offer you get with Spam.
Ray Charles!
If he does that again. A warning shot.
I can't miss from here.
Must liquidate. Over 2 million 10 Commandment clocks must be sold immediately. I think they're marked down because of a misprint. The 10th commandment is employees must wash hands. Ray Charles. Oh, here's something. Oh, yeah. An advertisement which reads plainly, as you can see, I love my coupons. And like everything else I love, I cut them out with scissors. It's a pretty good gig, isn't it?
Terrific.
Yeah. What was the last thing you guarded?
About $1 million on
Oh, is that right? Where was that?
the armored trucks.
Oh, you work on armored trucks. It's dangerous work.
You don't know what you're doing, yeah?
I don't know what I'm doing?
I see you.
He's mouthing off about the job I'm doing here tonight. No, I know. You don't know what you're getting into, do you?
No, you don't know what you're doing. You can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these fellas, they get off the trucks like they're,
What?
like they're, you know, old John, you know, from Hollywood.
John Wayne. That's
John
right.
Wayne, yeah.
And the ventilation in those things is not too good either, is it?
Oh, you know,
Long, hot summer day. Here's an ad for a theater called Great Performances. Some of the upcoming attractions, as you can see, Evita, the Irish Rovers, big band salute to the Dorseys. But for April 1987, they have Tennessee Ernie Ford or Debbie Reynolds. Either way, you're going to enjoy a great play. It's Elephant Man, so go see that. How are we doing on time? We all right? We're out of it? Well, should we maybe go? I'll find one to end on, and then we'll get right to it. We have Cybill Shepherd here tonight. Yeah. And okay, here's an ad. This will be our final one. Get ready, Paul. Yeah. It says here, scrubbing the toilet is a lousy job. In fact, that's how I lost my thumb. There you go. We have a wonderful program. We'll be right back with Cybill Shepherd. Mac O'Grady is here, and also Gertie Mosley. Thank you very much. We have a lot of things that we didn't get to. We have a top 10 list. We'll try to get to that later. We have our Connie Chung, Gerald Ford countdown for their new show, American Almanac 1986. We didn't get to that. We have much, much more. We have this lovely item from the American Museum of Natural History being guarded tonight by Arthur Polizzi, doing a fine job. Thank you, Arthur, for your help. All right, let's bring out our first guest. She certainly is a star of a terrifically popular television program on another network called Moonlighting. It's always a pleasure to welcome her to this show. Please say hello now to Cybill Shepherd. Well. What exactly do we have here?
What's it look like?
Well, it looks like you in a towel.
Yes.
And the guy with a gun. Why exactly did you choose to come out here like that? Not that we don't love it and appreciate it, but...
Well, my clothes are hanging over there.
Yeah. That's right. Now, I don't know if... for some reason, about 2 weeks ago, somebody who works with you in your huge entourage, do you have a lot of people that you work with?
No.
Well, somebody sent these to us, and they said, these are Cybill Shepherd's clothing. This is her, I don't know, like a pants?
My outfit.
Your outfit. And they sent it to us, and we hung it up there, and it's been here all week.
Yes, and when I heard that you had it there all week, I sort of didn't want to wear it anymore.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I didn't know what you'd done with it while it was hanging there.
Yeah, well, you know, I must say that we thought it was a little strange that they sent it out, so we just hung it up there and never, I don't even know if we even referred to it during the last couple of weeks, but I'm glad your clothing is here, and I'm glad you're here, certainly.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable in that?
This is a first for me.
Yeah. Never appeared on a television program in a towel?
Yes, network television in a towel.
Yeah.
I could maybe write a story, call that. That could be a chapter of my autobiography. I can't believe I...
But you've appeared nude in other movies and stuff, haven't you?
Movie.
What movie was that?
I did a striptease on a diving board in the last picture show.
That's right. Yeah.
Long time ago, 1970.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now. The man wants to know if it's on tape.
I think it is on tape, finally, or it's going to be soon.
Well, now, congratulations on another great year for your show.
But I don't look like that anymore, so...
You look better.
Thank you.
What is it like working with your buddy, Bruce Willis?
He's very funny.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us an example?
Well, you can watch the show to see how funny he is.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like being married, though, working with him.
Yeah.
To someone you're not in love with.
Now, he was on this show a while ago, and he was very funny, very nice man.
Yeah.
Did you get along well with him?
Yes, we do. Actually, we've had a couple of very large fights, but it turns out...
About what?
Well, I don't even remember. It's just like people talk about the big fights in their marriages. They don't ever remember what the reason was that they fought. It was usually a buildup of little things that you can't remember. But we always fight on the days that we have the big scenes to play where we're supposed to be angry at each other.
So it works out that way. That sort of helps the scene.
And we've had a few knockdown dragouts.
Really?
No, we just, every once in a while, we have to get it off our chest, and we kind of scream at each other for a while.
Is it all related to work?
But we finally, after it's all through, do have... What?
Is it all related? Are the fights you have all related to the work?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you just get tired out and come to work, and it just doesn't work for you.
Are you wearing anything on under that?
Very little.
We have here this magazine. This is a copy of Us magazine, and this was, when was this published? January 13th, 1986. And it's a Cybill Shepherd rating men.
Did I rate Bruce in there?
Yeah, Bruce is there. Yeah, you had a remark about Bruce. And let's just run down some of these guys, and we'll talk about it, all right?
Okay. Oh, no! God. Okay.
Well, let's start here with
the one thing that's good is that this show is on too late for my mother and my grandmother to see it, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay, let's start with Dick Cavett. A little photo here of Dick Cavett, and you say, I love him, I wish he weren't married.
Yes.
Fond of Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
All right. Bill Cosby. I find him really attractive.
You're
so
reading
on
the
and so
boring
forth.
one.
Well, we're working up to
What does it say about print? Oh, you're working up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're right.
Okay.
Work on up there, boy.
Ted Kennedy. Ted Kennedy. Ted Kennedy. Well.
That's okay.
Go on to Ted Turner.
Yeah, good.
He's the man I'd most like to meet. He looks attractive and intriguing. I'd like to talk to him. He sounds like a real interesting man. On and on and on and on and on.
Oh, it also says very funny. Maybe if I saw him moving around, I wouldn't be so interested in him.
Yeah.
I've only seen him in still photographs. So.
Yeah.
But I did see him moving around.
And what do you think?
I thought he was interesting.
Yeah. Now, did he phone you?
Yes, he came to see me.
Uh-huh.
And we almost went out, but
what happened?
I was busy that night, so.
So one night was it?
Yeah, and then he didn't call back.
Yeah. Well, that's strange,
Isn't
isn't
that
it?
sad? You wouldn't believe that, would you?
Mickey Rourke? No, I wouldn't. I find that hard to believe. Mickey Rourke. He's really attractive, really sexy. He has a really sexy quality that's not definable, but I hear he doesn't bathe. Now, where exactly do you hear that? Where does that come up?
Maybe it's a cruel rumor.
Oh, God, people are saying that about this man, that he doesn't bathe?
Well, I heard it from some wardrobe people.
I guess they would know, wouldn't they?
Maybe he's changed his ways.
Do you have names that we can get? And then Ted Kennedy. Now, I don't even know how to approach this. Let's do a commercial. But what you say here about Ted Kennedy, I mean, I happen to feel that way about him myself, but I don't know that I would say that. Do you know what you said there?
They weren't supposed to write that.
What do you mean?
It was like after the interview was over, and then it was like a joke.
You hollered it out as he was getting into his car? Oh, by the way, Ted Kennedy,
Oh, God.
Huh? Well, I don't know. We'll do a commercial, and then we'll figure out a decent way to say it. Yeah. Mac O'Grady is here tonight, a professional golfer. Do you know Mac O'Grady? Colorful, controversial golfer.
I just met him backstage.
Seemed like a nice enough guy. We're happy to have him.
It's a bit chilly here.
Well, what do you think? You come out dressed like that, and you want to try your jacket on?
Yeah.
Can we try? Can you just hand me? Oh, let me help you. Which of these? Just the jacket? This is a lovely, lovely item.
Thank you.
Now we have it in red as well, you know.
Thank you.
I don't know what to
I
do
don't know
with
if
it.
it'll fit on over this
Well,
towel.
slip it on.
But
See what you
this
think.
towel's the most comfortable outfit I've ever
Excuse
worn.
me. All right.
I'll tell you.
Let me help you with that.
Thank you.
Paul, bring the mirror over, will you?
Wait a minute. We're losing something here. All right,
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right. There you are.
Okay.
There. It's very nice. Now, is that
that
more
better?
comfortable? Yeah. Come back over here.
Oh, it's hard to walk with this. Okay.
Hard to walk because of.
Well, the towel gets tangled sometime between your legs.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. We don't need to know. Now I'm gonna finish this up because I alluded to it, and we might as well wrap it up. But people don't know what we're talking about if they haven't read this, and it's pretty unpleasant. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty unpleasant. I wouldn't
You
want.
find it distasteful?
Well, I don't know.
I was very upset when this came out. I was really
Ted
upset.
Kennedy. Here's what she says.
Oh, you're gonna say it? I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, you said it.
I know, but I said it off the record as a joke. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, that's how I'm presenting it.
All right.
Ted Kennedy, I don't know about him. I mean, I wouldn't want to go, you know, like to the doctor's office with him or something. That's what she says about Ted Kennedy.
I don't think they got it.
That's all right. Wouldn't want to go.
Maybe I don't.
Wouldn't want to go, and then I can't. I'm not going to say it.
No, what I really meant to say was that I didn't necessarily know if I would go down to the polls for Mr. Kennedy.
God. Now let's take a look at some of these photos here. Let's see what we have here to look at. Some good, clean fun. This is you doing what there?
I was in the Miss Teenage America pageant, and I didn't even make it in the finals.
Really? And you're Miss Who are you there?
I'm Miss Teenage Memphis, but I won Miss Congeniality.
Tell that to Ted Kennedy. And what is this?
That's Miss Teenage Memphis, and I must be just coming home or something.
Well, these are exciting
really
photos.
Exciting.
Glad we got these out here. And what do we have here?
Can I have these when you get
Yeah,
them?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to have them destroyed. This is me singing, and that was my talent in the Miss Teenage America pageant, which is probably why I didn't make it in the finals.
Singing what were you singing?
Michael rowed the boat ashore. The girl who won did the hula. Thank you. A little souvenir.
Take this with you also.
No, you can have that.
I don't want this filthy thing.
I don't want it.
So, do we have a clip from the show or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Do we? Clip from the movie. Do we have a
We
clip
do,
from your
don't
new
we?
film? No, we don't have a clip, do we?
Don't
Have a
we?
clip? Paul, did you bring one in? Okay. Let's see if Arthur, do you have a clip? One clip for Arthur.
But we're moving at a good clip.
Yep, we're making good time. Hopelessly lost, but making good time.
There is no clip, seriously?
No. Is that the only reason you came on to show a clip?
No.
You'd have come on anyway, wouldn't you?
No, of course I love you.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
But I hear you have a new girlfriend. Uh-oh.
Geez, I'd love to go on talking with you.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't hear that. That's not from the same person I heard about Mickey Rourke.
Well, thanks.
It's just teasing.
Yeah, I know, it's just teasing. Then you can talk to her. What are we doing now? We have to move on here.
Oh, am I leaving?
Yeah, you have to. One of us is leaving. Let's just do a commercial and then to walk off right now. And we'll be right back. That's right. We'll be back. Thank you, Paul. Welcome back to the show. In this half hour, you're going to meet professional golfer Mac O'Grady and also a woman who is a rock and roll singer from Germany. Is that right, Paul? Germany?
Yeah, I believe so.
Her name is Gertie Moltzen. This woman is 80 years old. Right, Paul?
80 years old, Dave. Octogenarian.
That's right.
Oldest rock and roll performer I've ever heard of in my life. 80-year-old German gal, rock and roll performer. Coming up on our show.
Tomorrow on this program, John Larroquette from Night Court will be here. And also viewer mail, and Diane Sawyer from CBS News and 60 Minutes will be here, so that'll be nice. We'll look forward to seeing her. You know, folks, last season NBC's The Regulator Guy, starring Chris Elliott, got off to kind of a rocky start with embarrassingly low ratings and so-so reviews. Nonetheless, the revamped series returns to this network proudly next week with an all-new action-packed season premiere starring Chris Elliott as the brand-new Regulator Guy, and it's always a pleasure to welcome a fine actor and a faithful friend. Please say hello to Chris Elliott. Chris! Here.
Thank you.
Congratulations about the show, and you got a cute little golf cart there. That's nice.
Well, it's not a golf cart, Dave. This is the C5, just one of the new additions to the new Regulator Guy. They've given me a new budget, and this is just one of the things we spent some cash on.
And this probably has an onboard computer and probably a talking kind of device like the Knight Rider car, latest technology, that kind of thing?
Well, no, but it's got a really cool thermos underneath the dash there.
Chris, I know this may be a touchy subject with you, but the old Regulator guy, which I personally loved, I thought it was going to be a big hit. It never really caught on, and I don't think a complete episode ever actually got on the air, did it?
They say there were a lot of big news stories this past year, a lot of special reports that broke in.
Well, that really is bad luck. But now the new Regulator guy, tell me about what that is.
Well, as I say, we've totally revamped the show. I guess the network has gotten behind me. We've renewed it. Besides the car here, they've given me a whole new wardrobe. I get to wear a parachute harness.
Oh, yeah, there you are right there. Now, what is the parachute harness for?
I don't know. I guess it's to accentuate my physique. I'm not really sure. Probably. Besides that, we've also added a new character to the show, a guy named Ajax.
There he is right there. You know, I've actually been reading an awful lot about this guy, Ajax. They say he really could be a major star. He's very good, I guess. Very talented.
I don't know about that. He plays my sidekick on the show. I don't think he's that terrific. I think you have a shot from one of the first episodes over here.
Oh, yeah, there you
are. Yeah, we have this mustard gas fight when we first meet, but then we become really good friends and start fighting crime together.
Now, what is the actor's name who plays Ajax here?
I don't know. His name's Chet Washington. He's not that great. I guess his biggest claim to fame is that he played Apollo Creed in the Rocky films. Big deal. Who cares?
I think that was Carl Weathers.
I happen to bring a clip with me of the first episode.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Go ahead and set it up, and we'll show the folks what they're going to see.
I don't know what it is. They threw it at me when I came in here.
You don't know what it is?
Something from the first episode.
Okay, well then, this will be the premiere episode of the new Regulator Guy, starring Chris Elliott and Chet Washington. Watch closely. Go ahead and roll that now, Hal. The new Regulator Guy.
That's a good one. You know, Ajax, you know, when I was just a little boy, my father brought me down here. And he taught me how to shoot fish. We also played bocce ball down here. But he also taught me how to be tender with a woman.
That's great.
I haven't been with a woman for a very long time. You know what I feel like right about now?
What's that?
How about a nice cup of tea?
Yeah.
What do you say we go have a nice cup of tea?
That's a good idea. And some lady fingers. You know those little lady
And some cucumber sandwiches.
Right.
Oh, this is going to be the lunch of our life. Huh? You're my best friend.
Yeah, you mind too.
That's terrific. That's great. That's amazing. You know, everything they said, everything I've read, I think is absolutely true. I think it was just terrific. I think this guy, Chet Washington, I think he's terrific. He's very talented, and I think he's going to be a huge star. Is he here? Is he backstage?
I guess he is.
Send Chet Washington out here. Is he back there? Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the new Regulator Guy, Chet Washington. All right, nice. Go ahead and sit down, Chris. Thank you very much, Chet, for dropping by.
Forget it.
I want to tell you that what I just saw there was very good. You're a very talented man, and I think you're going to be a very big star.
Oh, well, thanks, Dave. I see you brought your scooter.
Are you getting a lot of motion picture offers? A lot of motion picture offers?
Yes.
No, we don't. The episode hasn't aired yet. There's no motion picture.
Yes, I'm getting a lot, Dave.
Yeah, okay. Listen, Chet, it was a real thrill to meet you. Good luck to you. I think it's going to be a really exciting career. Thank you for stopping by.
You.
Chet Washington, ladies and gentlemen. And Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott, thank you very much, Chris. Star of the new Regulator Guy. Bye-bye. Thank you, kids. Okay, there they go. I tell you what, we'll pause here for a commercial, and then we'll be right back. We have to do a commercial, and then Mac O'Grady will be out here.
Bye, Chet.
The press has called my next guest the Space Cadet of Professional Golfers Association, and lately he's been the focus of a lot of attention and controversy on the PGA Tour. Sounds like an ideal guest for this show. Please say hello to professional golfer Mac O'Grady. Hi, Mac. Nice to see you. Have a seat, sir. Well, we want to mention the current controversy in a few minutes, but I think we can get a little background on your life and your career. I first knew about you in 1984. There was a very lengthy article about you in Sports Illustrated, and it highlighted some of the interesting facts about your career, your life, and so forth. You hold a PGA record, don't you?
Yeah, it's a record for going through the qualifying school to get on the tour. I tried for about 11 or 12 years. And I tried about 17 times.
17 times. This would enable you to get a card to compete on the PGA.
Right.
Yeah. And why did you keep after it? I mean, after 1 or 2 times, a lot of people probably would have given up.
I don't know, David. It's kind of like you. You don't have, all the marbles aren't there, and you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We love you.
But you always wanted to be a professional golfer, so you stuck with it.
Yeah, I saw a movie when I was about 8 years old, the Jim Thorpe movie, and really laid some really indelible impressions upon me. And I just want to be a professional athlete. That's all I ever wanted.
Now, how did you support yourself when you were trying to qualify for the tour?
Many different odd jobs. Worked in the mortuaries.
What did you do in a mortuary?
Why did you have to bring this up?
If he puts his hand on my knee one more time, you know what to do. What did you do in the mortuary?
Oh, at night, I would go pick up the dearly departed who had died, and did little unusual things like that.
You actually used to sleep in the holding room, right? With the
No, not quite. The room above them, and it was quite an experience.
And it gave you a better perspective on what it was like to be on the
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and at one point you lived in a crate.
It was next door to your house.
Anyway, you had a very colorful career while you were trying to qualify for the PGA. Now, you're ambidextrous when you play golf, aren't you?
Yeah, I play golf right and left-handed.
Yeah.
I'm a little unusual. Right?
Are you better one way or the other?
This is interesting.
No, but I mean, I find it fascinating. You drive left-handed or right-handed?
I drive right-handed, putt left-handed, but sometime in the future I'm going to play left-handed also in competition.
Yeah. Okay, now are you a good golfer? Do you consider yourself to be a talented player?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm one of those late matures and developer. I was 20 years old. I was a young prodigy with good talent, and here I find myself now, age 35, developing into a virtuoso stage. And I don't want to sound too arrogant if I make this comment, but it's nice to be very talented at something. You dreamed about it, and I find myself being very close to winning some tournaments.
Do you get along well with the other players on the tour?
I have until this recent suspension came up.
Well, let's talk about that now. It started where? At a tournament in New Orleans?
Yeah, I was accused of insulting a volunteer worker.
These people come out and they work weeks and weeks and weeks preparing for the tournament, and then they work on the days of the various rounds. Okay, and what supposedly happened? I was accused of insulting the woman, using a name to describe her. They said you called her a name? Right. Yeah, now did you call this woman a name? Did not, absolutely did not. Then how do they have the information that you called her a name? The woman filed a report with the PGA Tour office. I received a letter from our commissioner, and he sent me a letter saying that to respond what happened. I did, and he fined me $1,000 and put me on a year's probation. And I don't know that it's important what they say you called her, but it's something that somebody shouldn't have called somebody, and there's but you didn't call her that. If I'd done it, I would have. If they wanted to fine me for that, I would have paid the money, but I didn't call her. Okay, so you're being now charged with something you didn't do. Right. Okay, so now what happens? Well, after the end of the year, I told the commissioner I would not pay the fine. This is Dean Beeman? Dean Beeman, commissioner of the PGA. Right. Yeah. Told him I would not pay the fine. At the end of the year, he took the money right out of my earnings. He pulled it right out of your checks. Never notified me nor my legal attorney, what happened, And that's my position where I'm saying that it's wrong. The commissioner should not be doing those things. It's not in our regulation that he has the power to do that. So now he suspended you then? Right, because throughout the course of this year, I've called him a thief. I've called him a dictator. Okay. But you didn't call the woman in New Orleans. No, but I did call him those things. Okay. Now, have you met this man personally? The commissioner? Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sure. And how does he respond to this? Well, I'm a lover of life. I love people, and I've had my arm around him. But he's a vindictive, abrasive, and calloused
man that is bent on suspending me just like he has with Seve Ballesteros.
Oh, so you think there has been no due process of law here?
Not at all.
It's been arbitrary.
Arbitrary,
Yeah.
totally.
And so it's being appealed. You're presently not playing, or you can.
No, it's being appealed. I have another 30 to maybe 40 days, and then.
You can play during the appeal.
Right.
Yeah. So what's the next tournament you're going to be in?
I'm going to be playing at the Colonial Tournament in Fort Worth following week from now.
Now, doesn't all of this get in the way of you playing the game?
No. There's a time and place for everything. I love the game of golf. I can separate my professional career from my private career, but you know, David, what I'm basically just defending is my right of freedom of expression in this country.
You feel like you're a citizen of this country first and a member of the PGA section.
That's right.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope things work out all right for you.
Thank you.
And it would be nice to see you win some major tournaments. That would be great.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Century and the park
From New York, I'm Biff Henderson, and I'll be doing these announcements until the Chicago grand jury decides if it's buying Wendell's story about the cocktail waitress. It's late night now. A man who is a miracle of modern medical technology, David Letterman.
Hello. Thank you for selecting us as your evening's entertainment. Thank you very much. Hi, thank you. That's very nice of you. Welcome to the program. And you know, if you've been watching last week, we did our television program in the city of Chicago. Now, people here from Chicago. Now I can let you in on a little secret. The entire time our show was in Chicago, and I think the staff and myself, we were there about 10 days. For that period of time, I was registered at the hotel in Chicago under the name Florence Dickman. Thank you. I just wanted to share that insight with you. Well, the Panamanian elections are over, and observers from the United States were sent down there to check up on the goings-on. Among the people who went down to make sure everything was all right, former President Ford, former President Carter, and 3 judges from Star Search. So I think they I'm telling you, if you ever have the opportunity to host a show like this where you get to stand in front of a studio audience, do it. Because some nights the view from this vantage point is unbelievable. Thank you. Exxon today launched its newest super tanker. It's the SS Accident Waiting to Happen. So it just... Florence Dickman. What is that? Huh?
And Flo, she don't know.
Oh, I get it, sort of. The New York State Legislature today, I guess, or yesterday, now we had in New York State, we now have an official insect. The legislature is up there in Albany by some kind of amazing landslide vote, selected for us the official insect of the state, which is the ladybug. Now, this now replaces the unofficial insect of the state, which was George Steinbrenner. So now, you're looking at a man who for 10 days was Florence Dickman. Out of state. I did that. I had to leave the city to... what a program.
You know, we were in Chicago last week. We're back this week.
Back in New York City, the Big Apple.
Yeah, we're back in I was talking about this with my hair cutter, Quiet Storm.
I'm sorry, Quiet Storm is cutting your hair?
He does my hair now. Yeah.
Doing a great job, he is.
Well, he does his thing. You know, you can't tell him what to do.
No, you can't, because he's an artist.
Yeah,
exactly.
He creates.
Temperamental, and he's creating on your head there.
Yeah. God help you if he's in a bad mood.
Did you have a nice time in Chicago?
Yeah, we all did, actually.
Yeah.
We had a nice time.
We had a great time. It's a great town, and at the risk of saying this too many times, the people there, for no apparent reason, are very, very nice, very friendly, and we had a... one night I went to dinner, and I wanted to tell this story when we were there, but I never got around to it. at a small kind of neighborhood restaurant, and at a table next to the table where I was dining, two women come in, and they're like in their 60s, 61, 62, early 60s. And they seem to be pretty well toasted to me. And with a lot of makeup. And the one woman was doing all the talking, and she said, usually in the middle of the night, I don't have to get up to go to the bathroom. But this one particular night, I had to go to the bathroom, so I got up and I went into the bathroom, and when I was finished, as I was leaving, I looked in the mirror and I saw that my face had been rearranged. It was distorted. My eye was down here, my other eye was up here, my nose was over there, and my lips were hanging off my chin. So I got a cold cloth, I put it on my face, I got back in bed, and I stayed in bed until 5 o'clock. And till this day, I'm positive that Rose put a hex on me. Yeah. And the other woman with her dinner companion says, absolutely.
I guess, though, the salient fact is that usually she doesn't have to get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. To this day, Rose put a hex on me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rose will do that. And since we're back, it's our first night back in New York City, I understand our esteemed director, Mr. Hal Gurney, has prepared another network time killer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for, however, there it goes. Nice to see you, Hal. Lovely sweater. What color is that, Hal?
It's brown.
Boy, it's a beauty.
Kind of a mocha brown, I would say.
What do you have planned for us tonight, Hal?
Tonight, Dave, I'm enjoying this cup of freshly brewed coffee.
Uh-huh. Well, geez, Hal, no offense, but, you know, there's not really much to watching you drink a cup of coffee. I'm sorry.
Just a cup of coffee? How about this, Dave?
Oh, my God. My God.
Hey, just a cup of coffee? Okay. And
Hal Gurney as the absent-minded professor. Absolutely. Wait a minute, what is that? Is that... It's the D train, ladies and gentlemen. We're just above the subway tracks. It's the D train. Can you... There it is. No, you're being kind above and beyond the call of duty. Oh, absolutely. Rose will put a hex on you. Here we have our top 10 list for the evening. Yeah. On the program tonight, Geena Davis. I hate to do that on the air. I think it gives me a bad name. I think it gives the show a bad name, and I think it gives the network a black eye when I do this. Okay. Chicago's a nice town. Here we go. The top 10 things overheard at the Panamanian elections. Top 10 things overheard at the Panamanian elections. Here we go. Number 10. Sorry I'm late. I was stuck in the drug traffic. Number 9. Number 9, a puppet government. Boy, the kids should really enjoy that. Number 8, we just better forget about our extensive plan to fix the elections because Jimmy Carter is here. Number 7, Porque Rablo Canto NL Oscars. Number 6, how the hell did Jesse Jackson get on the ballot? Number 5. With 210% of the vote in, we are ready to project a winner. Number 4, the guy who played Ringo looked just like him. Oh, I'm sorry, that was overheard at the Beatlemania concert, not the Panamanian election. It's some kind of a clerical error here. Absolutely. Number 3, sorry for the confusion, Miss Collins, but we're having big elections down here. I know. It's award-winning comedy, isn't it? Number 2, congratulations, you chose Pepsi. And number 1 thing overheard at the Panamanian elections, a man, a plan, a rigged election, Panama. There you go. Okay. All right. Paying attention. That's the first time you guys have played that song.
We played it in Chicago, actually.
There you go. It's only the second time.
That's true. We played it last week with the full Chicago ensemble.
But you know, the truth of the thing is, from where I was and where you were in Chicago, sometimes I really couldn't hear what you were doing. Plus, James Cotton was always asleep. The guy with the harmonica. Great harmonica player, but didn't really want to be there.
Living the blues on the stage of the Chicago Theater.
I started to feel a little blue. Did I mention that?
Yes.
Here we go. Let's name the Great Lakes. Michigan.
Yes.
Huron. Erie. Oh, so wait a minute. And Superior and Ackerman.
And Lake Ackerman, which is the...
yeah, the Adriatic. Thank you very much. It's Dr. IQ. I have a woman in the audience. Good for you. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen... What else? Oh, and while we were there, we stayed at the Hotel Wacker, and I want to thank those people. They couldn't have been nicer. Lovely. It's the fireproof Hotel Wacker. Whenever business or pleasure takes you to Chicago, ask for it by name. You'll be glad you did. Yeah. Boy, I could go for a cigar right about now.
Light one up.
I can't. I quit.
It's your own
It's been
show.
a month. Tomorrow. It's a month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. But, But for some reason, all day long, I've wanted a big, hot, greasy cigar. Our first guest tonight, a lovely and talented actress who recently won an Academy Award for her performance in The Accidental Tourist. Her new film is called Earth Girls Are Easy, and it opens this Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Geena Davis. Nice to see you. Good Lord. You look great. Thank you for being here. Now, where are you from originally? Did we talk about this before?
I don't think so.
Where?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. And Boston?
Sort of on Cape Cod. Yeah.
Oh, that must be great. I've never been to Cape Cod per se, but I'm guessing it's lovely. Did you go to school up there?
Yeah. Well, I went to Boston University.
Oh, stop it. There are no prizes. Anyway, good to see you again, and congratulations on the Academy Award, and let's talk all about that. What was it like when you got nominated?
Pretty unbelievable. Yeah, I was floored, actually, and excited. There's like 6 weeks in between when you're nominated in the thing, and I tried to stay really calm. I felt like, you know, no point going nuts. You probably won't win anyway, and, you know, life goes on and all that, but...
Do you suppose there are people who, when they get the nomination, think to themselves, I am going to win?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably
so.
some of the jerks, I guess. But when you were doing the part for the film, did you think to yourself, maybe this had the potential to be nominated, my work here?
Not really. I mean, I try not to think that way.
Sure,
You know?
yeah. Okay, but anyway, you get the nomination, and then...
So I'm calm and everything, and I'm thinking, so this is good. But then the day of the Oscars, something snapped, and I sort of went kerblooey. I woke up extremely panicked and nervous, and in fact, when I went in the bathroom, I'd sort of broken out in hives or something. I had big red blotches all over me, and Jeff had gone out to the gym, and
Jeff, your husband, Jeff Goldblum?
My husband, Jeff Goldblum, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I had very little to do with it, but...
I feel as if you do, because we talk about it a lot on the show. But,
and he was here not long ago.
I know he was. Yeah, he was
Seemed like a nice enough guy.
Very nice, yeah. Yeah, he was at the gym, and I was sort of hysterical, and called some friends, and one girlfriend said, well, take a bath in baking soda, and that'll make them go away. And I said, well, I'm not calm enough to just sit in a bathtub, so I sort of put baking soda all over myself, and then put hot compresses on myself, and Jeff finally came home from the gym, and I was covered with white powder, and screaming, I've broken out in hives, and running around the house, and he said, whoa, it's Oscar day. And,
so did you get over him, or a lot of makeup, or a paint gun, or how did you...
Yeah, they gradually went away, and Jeff sort of stayed out of my getting ready area. He was reading Shakespeare to himself all day to sort of calm himself
Now that
down.
must be really interesting. I mean, in any household, where the husband or the wife is nominated for an award regardless of their field, but an award is coming their way. Now you have the added dimension that you are both actors and would both one day certainly want to win this award. Did that make it harder, make it worse, make it better?
I don't understand your question.
I didn't, I didn't think you would. As soon as I started talking, I realized I didn't have a prayer making sense with it.
But that's okay.
Okay, so anyway, you get to the you get to the award thing, the ceremony, and then there's that second when they have announced the nominees, and you know the next words out of somebody's mouth going to mean ecstasy or maybe disappointment.
Well, yeah, it was. I kind of got more and more nervous, and then while that sort of opening number was happening and tables were dancing and all kinds of things, my heart started really pounding, and I leaned over to Jeff and said, I'm in trouble, and he's like squeezing my hand. But then I thought maybe I'd, like, I don't know, explode or something, but then when they actually started reading the names, I sort of, spaced out or something.
I think you maybe go into a slight bit of shock. You go numb a little bit.
I think I was like in shock, and so when they're reading the names, I felt kind of, oh well, this is fun. And they said my name. Oh.
Who were the other people in the category?
Why?
Well, all right, I'll have it your way. I mean, I just said I can't remember, and I'm sure that it was tough competition.
Yes.
Yeah. Like who was it?
Well, you know.
I don't know. What, Andy Devine? No, he wasn't in it. Let me ask you a completely different question. If you had to choose anywhere in the world to live, where would it be? If you had to pick one place you would love to live, and that would be your home, where would that be?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what your husband, Jeff Goldblum, had to say about what you would say. Here it is. He said, a country house in Connecticut. Sorry. Thanks for being here. There's some lovely parting gifts. We'll be right back with Geena.
Week-free childcare is also available. Entrance and parking in front and rear. Come on down.
Tootsie.
Tootsie was the very first one? No, really?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
No kidding. Well, that's a great place to start, isn't it?
I felt so, yeah.
Yeah, that was as I recall, a memorable role for you. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it was, and it was a nice film.
No, it was.
Any more inventions? Because I remember one time you and I talked about you had ideas for inventions.
Yeah. I have had a few ideas lately. I had some holiday-related ideas.
Oh, good. Perfect for right now, this time of year. Yeah.
I know.
What with Mother's Day right around the corner?
One idea was for an instant Christmas tree decorating thing, which would, because you don't have to put like the lights and the tinsel and the garland and the balls and all that, and icicles. It would be everything strung on one string that you just kind of wrap around.
Put it right on there.
At once.
Yeah.
And the other thing is for a pumpkin carving kit, where it's sort of like a big cookie cutter and you just kind of punch it into the pumpkin. But in thinking about it, both those ideas sort of take all the creativity and
all the fun, right, yeah. But, I mean, isn't that the way life is headed anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm going right along with it.
And catalogs, you ordered a lot of stuff from catalogs?
I do,
yeah. Is your house just teeming with clutter?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I have this bubble maker thing.
Really? You have a bubble maker?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I do, to make bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but I mean, what's this, some kind of cult activity going on out there? Or what?
No, I do. I order, if I see something funny, I get it. Like I ordered these pasta forks that, and it's not even a gag item. It's like a fork with a little crank on the top, so it spins the spaghetti.
Yeah. But you're ordering these more because you find them amusing, not because you ever think you'll put them to any practical use.
Yeah, except, well, I ordered them. I get this catalog called Scientific Surplus or something, and they had
Scientific Surplus?
Yeah. They had a thing where you could get like 50 little tiny motors for a couple of dollars.
Electric motors?
Yeah. And so I got those. I haven't used them yet, though.
Give them out on Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah. And the movie, Earth Girls is Easy.
Yeah.
Earth Girls are easy. Yeah. Tell us about that. Now, is Jeff in this as well?
Yeah. He plays the alien in question, and I'm the Earth Girl. And I'm a manicurist in the valley, and his spaceship lands in my swimming pool one day. And You know, all hell breaks loose after that.
Is it a good movie?
Yeah.
Is it funny?
It's very far out and funny, and it's a musical. There's like singing and numbers.
Do we have a clip?
Yeah.
Do we have a clip?
We do? Okay.
We do. Great. So this would be, do you know what we're going to see?
No, I have no idea.
This is Geena Davis and maybe your husband, Jeff Goldblum, in a couple of seconds from the soon-to-be-released motion picture, Earth Girls Are Easy. Watch closely.
And then I stumbled right into something really attractive. Well, hello.
Let go of me. Why don't you look where you're going?
Gee, I'm sorry.
Clumsy. Look what you've done. It was almost finished.
Oh, well, here, let me help you.
Don't touch it. Haven't you any sense at all? Just go away, please.
You know, you're mighty pretty when you're mad.
Okay, there you go. Looks like it's going to be another Star Wars, but it opens Friday. Gosh, it's nice to see you, and congratulations again. Please come back anytime. Geena Davis, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. Tonight, I really would like a cigar. I had no problems up till tonight.
I don't know why that.
All day long, and I'm starting to eat more. I'm going to balloon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Balloon.
Days at the Whacker, ladies and gentlemen. As Florence Dickman. Of the charges of conspiracy there with figuring out a way to sell arms to the Iranians and then sending the dough to the Contras. We have here for you tonight a little comparison quiz, similarities between Oliver North and myself. Paul?
Thank you. A little music for the quiz.
Thank you very much. Quiz question number one. I guess it's a comparison quiz. Well, you'll figure it out here in a minute. Oliver North, many Americans think that he is a hero. Dave, many Americans think he is Regis Philbin. Oliver North, former aide to White House staff. Dave, former dresser for Zippy the Chimp. You see how this works, Paul? We're comparing similarities between myself and Oliver North.
Uncanny similarities.
Number three, Oliver North sold arms to the Ayatollah. Dave gave airtime to Shirley MacLaine. Which is the bigger crime? Number four, North lied to Congress last year about selling arms to Iran. Dave lied to a state trooper this morning about how fast he was driving. I haven't gotten a ticket in a long time. I've been very, very lucky.
Yeah,
very
sure.
fortunate. Not lucky I've been obeying the laws. That's what it's been.
How long? How long? When was the last time?
I had that new stealth Dodge that came out and doesn't show up on radar. Number five, Oliver North proudly appears in public in full dress uniform. Dave secretly dresses up as security guard and hangs out at the mall. Oh, man alive. North, his secretary loyally defended him against attacks by the press. Dave, his secretary loyally defended him against phone calls from Howie Mandel. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's you.
That was me singing in Chicago.
I know. The Chicago show.
North insists close friends call him Ollie. Dave insists close friends call him Debbie. Well, joke. Number eight, North stands 6'2" with the rugged good looks and boyish charm that make him a magnet to women. Dave stands 6'2". Number nine, North received highest level advice on activities in Central America. Dave asked Tom Brokaw to help him find Mexico on the map. I'd appear to be kind of the dumb guy in this little exercise in comedy, don't I? North used money allocated for Contra aid to buy lingerie and tires. Dave has recurring dreams involving lingerie and tires. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I have them right here, Paul, if you need them. Just neatly lined up there. There are the comedy cards right there. If you want to come in later and do your own practice show, they'll be right here waiting for you.
Okay,
there you go. North accepted expensive high-tech security fence to protect a home from all intruders. Dave, insert your joke here.
Wait a minute.
Stay away from this one, Paul. This one's not for beginners.
What?
You just...
What kind of comedy is that? Insert your joke here.
I don't know.
Okay.
Absolutely. Number 12, North currently appealing his conviction. Dave currently not wearing pants. There's the comedy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Funny gentleman, and I understand he is making his network television debut right here on our program tonight. You can see this man in person perform all next week at Stand Up right here in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeff Stilson. Jeff, are you back there?
Thank you very much, folks. This is great. I'm having a good year so far. I made it through my first marathon a few months back, the New York Marathon. Pretty happy about. Oh, thank you. Last year I quit a mile into the race. I changed a channel. I got tired, you know. Pretty boring to watch, isn't it? Marathon running. Bowling, I think, is more entertaining. It's fun to watch the commentators in bowling. Sport is so predictable. Just a ball in an alley. No defense, no obstacles, no strategy. So, Jim, what do you think you'll do on this one? I'd say he's going to try to knock those pins down. That's what I'd do. Took it easy last night. I rented a Three Stooges movie. Yeah. Do you think the Three Stooges ever rejected a script? Do you think they ever said, no, this one's even too stupid for us? Oh, thank you. Basketball playoffs are heating up. I try to follow sports. I enjoy the games. I enjoy watching the games. I don't like the interviews after the games, though, because the winning players always give credit to God while the losers blame themselves. You know, just once I'd like to hear a player say, yeah, we were in the game until Jesus made me fumble. He hates our team. Even boxers thank God for their triumphs. Oh, yeah, without Jesus, I couldn't have crushed my opponent's skull tonight and rendered him brain dead. I've been blessed by the Lord. Why do we interview boxers? What insights does a fighter have to offer? So tell me, Boom Boom, what were you thinking in the second round when you got tagged with that right? About inflation, Bob, and its effect on third world economies. It's not going to happen. Words don't exactly roll off the tongue of a boxer. Watching one speak is like watching a dog lick peanut butter off the roof of its mouth. It's painfully unsettling. I'm not married. I'm not sure that I've met my someone, you know. It's said that there's someone out there for everyone. That's fine. But what if my someone is a lesbian who lives in Pakistan? Yeah, I have to find her. And I'm supposed to be over the hill sexually. I don't know if I buy that, though. I don't remember having a sexual peak when I was 19. I just remember apologizing a lot. Someday I might meet my someone, though, and get married. If I do, the engagement will be short. You know, some people get engaged and they don't set a date. They're just engaged for an indefinite period of time. That doesn't make sense. It's like going to the supermarket, filling up your grocery cart, and then just walking around. Can I ring that up for you? No, that's all right. Maybe later. Proposing is a part that really scares me. I'm not going to buy an engagement ring. I have poor taste in jewelry. I'm just going to hand the woman the money. Here, will you marry me? I'm not married. I do have a girlfriend. We get along pretty well. When we fight, we always have the same fight. She accuses me of being a know-it-all. I tell her she's wrong. End of argument. It's the only way I can win. She has a better grasp of the language than I. No synonyms in her vocabulary, or any woman's vocabulary. Every word has its own shade of meaning. I didn't say I was mad. I said I was upset. You should listen. Our brains are different, men's and women's. You know, women are left brain, they're verbal. Men are right brain, more analytical. That's why we're incapable of providing women with the romantic dialogue they so desire. Women should have teleprompters mounted on their foreheads. That way we could read whatever they wanted us to say. And still almost make eye contact and appear sincere. Without you, my life has no meaning. I am like a bee without a flower. Je t'aime. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. Thank you very much.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Very, very funny. Do you have a girlfriend, or you just, would she be upset by that?
I hope not. Yeah, I actually do have a girlfriend, but, you know.
Somebody you've known for a while?
Yeah, we've gone out for a while, but
Yeah.
you never know how that's going to work out. Actually, I'm pretty happy, you know. I've,
Well, you
dating
seem pretty
thing.
happy.
Do I?
Yeah, seem
Good.
like a happy guy.
Well, I feel that way. It's, I'm glad that I don't have to date anymore.
Yeah.
It's such hard work, you know. You make that phone call, maybe send flowers, go to dinner, catch a movie. It'd be so much easier if we could just swim upstream. Make a loud clacking noise.
I'm sorry, make a what?
A loud clacking noise.
A loud clacking noise, I see.
What's that?
What exactly does that mean, make a loud clacking noise?
Just, I like the word clacking.
I see, okay.
Yeah. Say it a few times.
And your family, are they probably watching tonight? Or where are they from?
Yeah, I'm originally from Spokane, Washington,
Oh, yeah.
and then I went to school in Seattle.
Yeah, hence the swimming upstream reference.
Exactly, salmon
country.
salmon
Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
yes.
Sometimes you can't sleep for the clacking those salmon do out there.
They make lots of clacking noises.
Yeah. Anyway, you'll be in town all week working at Stand Up?
Stand Up New York next.
Our next guest has defied the odds by writing a book about mathematics that has actually made the New York Times bestseller list. Here it is right here. I have a copy of it. It's called Innumeracy, and this is what it looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Allen Paulos. Oh, John. Hi, John. Nice to see you. Good to be here. Welcome to the show. Have a seat. Why don't you tell me what it is you do, and then we'll talk about the book. You're a what? How would we describe you?
I'm a mathematics professor at Temple University in Philadelphia.
Mathematics professor at Temple.
Right.
I see. And is this like a graduate degree you have?
Yes, I've got a PhD from the University of Wisconsin.
Okay, so who better qualified to write this book than you? No one.
All right.
Yeah. And it's, innumeracy means what?
It's the mathematical analog of illiteracy, an inability to deal comfortably with numbers, probability, logic.
Also, a lack of understanding of the relative value of numbers?
Right. I mean, people I find have no conception of the difference between millions. Perhaps some of these people.
Please, no snickering while I pose a question. Well, that would be me. I don't know. I've never had much luck with numbers. I don't understand them. I'm not good at them. And reading the book, there are some stunning examples. For example, the difference between a million and a billion. I think this is amazing.
Okay. A million seconds takes about 11.5 days to take.
Say that
by.
again. A
1
million
million
seconds
takes approximately 11.5 days to take by.
Okay, Paul, how many days do you think it would take for a billion seconds to elapse? A million takes 11.5 days. A billion would take how long?
It would take 11.5 squared. Is that true?
No.
It takes approximately 32 years.
32 years.
I'll give him partial credit.
Yeah. Other things like that. What else is?
A trillion seconds, by contrast, takes 32,000 years.
Oh my gosh, that's stunning, isn't it?
And the number, the rate at which human hair grows is 10 to the -8 miles per hour.
10 to the minus
100 millionth miles per hour.
Right, and
unless you're bald, in which case it's 0 miles per hour.
There's also something in here which I didn't believe, and I still don't believe it, about molecules exhaled or breathed in by Julius Caesar.
Right.
Now explain that.
Okay, if everybody in the studio audience takes a deep breath right now.
And chances are they will.
Okay.
Sometime before they.
The chances are better than 99% that each one of them will inhale a molecule exhaled by Julius Caesar during his dying breath.
See, now that's got to be a lie. Now, how, explain that to me without putting it in an equation, without putting it in a formula. Explain to me how that could logically be.
I chose Julius Caesar since that's approximately 2,000 years ago. So the molecules he exhaled are fairly uniformly distributed in the Earth's atmosphere because of 2,000 years of weather.
How many molecules are we talking about?
About 2.2 times 10 to the 22. So 2.22 and then 21 zeros.
You know, I'm going to come over there and take you out of that suit. Now...
Sorry.
But, you know, in a rough number, what are we talking about? Like 1,000,000 molecules, a dozen molecules?
No, a trillion is 10 to the 12th, 1 with 12 zeros. So this is 22 zeros.
And again, the number would be?
It would be 2.2 times 10 to the 22, approximately.
My head.
11.5 squared is close enough.
So, logically... reasonably, you can assume that we are inhaling molecules he exhaled.
Right, with every breath.
Wow. That's now. So what do we do with this information?
Well, that particular thing, nothing. But people without a grasp of millions, billions, and so on. For example, this pesticide scare recently.
2 grapes they found contaminated.
People talk about parts per billion residue on grapes or vegetables. But if you take drink a glass of beer, for example, there are 50,000 parts per million of a carcinogen in beer. It's a well-known carcinogen called alcohol, yet nobody's afraid of drinking a glass of beer. So without a feeling for these numbers, you can't assess the risk that you face every day. You're afraid of things you don't have to be. You're oblivious to things you should be afraid of.
Well, I do. I go through my life frightened. I'm frightened all the time. And I don't like to fly, but statistically, on a percentage basis, I guess it's still rather safe, isn't it?
Right. I mean, there's a joke I like about a guy who doesn't want to fly because of fear of terrorists, bombs on board a plane.
Right.
So as a result, I mean, he figured out the probability is quite low, but he wasn't reassured. So he now travels with a bomb in his own suitcase. Figuring the probability of 2 such bombs would be minuscule.
Non-existent, sure. Automobile. Now, driving in an automobile is, compared to flying, really kind of dangerous, isn't it?
Right. But you have about 1 chance in 5,300 of dying in a car crash each year. By way of comparison, the Pennsylvania lottery...
Each year you could die in a car crash?
Right.
Wow. That would be staggering, wouldn't it?
That's true. Well, okay. Once is enough.
Yeah.
But the Pennsylvania lottery, a couple of weeks ago, you had 1 chance in 9.6 million of winning with a single ticket. You were 2,000 times as likely to die in a car crash in any given year.
Yeah.
Or about 150 times as likely to choke to death in any given year.
So now...
I'll stop.
No, but you know all of these things. This is the kind of thing that insurance people put together their actuarials with, or not?
To some extent, right.
Yeah, and what else could we do with this information to make our life easier, better, happier?
Well, not having a grasp of these things, I mean, it does have a cost. I mean, people are, as I say, afraid of things they needn't be afraid of, and they insist on risk-free guarantees, and there are no such things.
Yeah.
So you either have a choice of anxiety-ridden existence or a demand for risk-free society.
I enjoy the anxiety-ridden existence.
I think it's
but the nice thing about it is you're making plenty of dough here. Which you wouldn't guess from being a math professor.
Those numbers are particularly
appropriate.
appropriate.
Thank you very much for being here.